What makes Luka special? I know you recently said he was your favorite player.
His size. Check out. I mean, he's gigantic. 6'8" point guard. He's 225 pounds. He has the ball on the string. And more importantly, his vision. That's why I love his vision. He can control a game. He doesn't even have to shoot. He'll walk the ball up the court 10 straight times and get to his spot every single time. Just because of his pace, he knows when he comes off the pick and roll, if they're hard showing or if they're hedging or if they drop in the pick and roll, he know I can turn the corner because I got the shoulder and I know the third line of defense. When I get there, I just slow down, use my pivots, you know, not even jump, just the Euro 1, 2, this guy's flying by. He's flying by every time, it's the mind.
You had questions last year. Have we seen the most out of Luka? What are we seeing now from someone that has excelled at a level this high out of Luka?
Evolution of a player, a young player, continue to add to his game. Like we talked about, and it was a little running joke, but we knew Luka would go left.
Right.
There was no secret about it. Now, you can't scout Luka to just go left, right? Luka's obviously going right downhill. Luka's getting to that mid-range pull-up. His passing, his ability to make shots has always been there. Now we've seen a person who's adding to his game and adding to his leadership, and obviously getting more experience in the NBA game.
With 6 points. Doncic finds the opening and he puts it down. We are early third quarter from State Farm Arena in Atlanta, the home of the Atlanta Hawks.
All right, let's run point again, but look to be aggressive on this one and wait for the screen. Like, make the bigs go get him. You guys wait over here.
It's a moving screen again. It's a moving screen, right? How is that? They call this every time in every NBA game. Joel. Our goal every year is to win the championship, you know. And that's our goal. That was our goal last year, and that's our goal this year. But I think we got a little more of respect around the league, and I think we have a great team. You know, we just gotta believe it.
I just love this access that we're getting to players, seeing them in ways we've really not seen them before. Zach, what did you learn about Luka watching that?
That he doesn't know JaVale McGee's pronunciation yet, but that's going to change the first time he throws the lob up to him for a dunk. And I love Luka's ready. He's got the complaining to the refs is in mid-season form. The trash talk is in mid-season form. He's ready to go. I love that he thinks, everyone thinks we need a second star, this and that.
Yeah.
No, I want to win the title this year. I love the attitude. Go for it, man.
And listening to Luka there, what did you learn about Giannis' attention to himself? You want to bring it back to the Bucks all day long. We love the Bucks on this show. We are bringing it back.
Look, Giannis and Luka,
Luka Doncic, he has all those tools in his bag. Going into the 2022 season, Luka was by far the favorite to win MVP, but after starting off the season a little slow, it made that achievement fade away. But nonetheless, throughout the season, Doncic snapped right back into his regular self. After yet another good season and a mesmerizing playoff performance, how could you not see the amount of value Luka provides for his Dallas Mavericks team? This offense is directly ran through Luka most times he is on the court, aka a heliocentric offense. Making his teammates around him better is a natural instinct for Doncic, whether he's using his laser-like vision to dissect defensive schemes, collapsing defenses with his paint penetration, or just making the right plays to get them better looks at the rim. So in turn, anyone playing alongside Luka can benefit greatly. The facilitating on the court landed him 5th in assists per game this season at 8.7 a game, and on synergy shot quality impact, Luka ranks at number 1 in improving his teammates' shot quality when on the floor, and increases their point total by 5.3 points per 100 possessions. Pick and roll options are used in Luka's game a lot, and if you don't contain him, he will simply pick you apart. Faking the screen use here, Luka gets the step by Matthews, and as Lopez shifts down to help, Doncic wraps this pass around him to diamond to foul for the easy dunk. You can see the patience Luka has on the screens. As the double arises after the maxi screen, Doncic keeps the dribble alive until the opening presents itself, and then zips this pass through Prince's leg, setting up Maxi for the slam. Being able to have patience, see open lanes, and get into teammates in many ways are all key things to have as a guard leading a team. Instead of rushing the offense and getting sped up by the defense, you have to be able to let plays develop so different openings can present themselves as the defense breaks down. Luka does this well when he has smaller guards defending him by taking them to the basket off backdowns or just paint penetration. You can see Pat Beverly trying to get under him early, and Luka uses this post-up spin from the three-point line, and although Beverly gets back to recover, Luka is able to elevate over him, and since the help slid into the paint, he swings it over to Finney-Smith for this easy corner three. Having that vision to still find open teammates out in the corners when surrounded in the paint is like a natural instinct for Doncic. He does it with such ease, and these open looks from the perimeter set up his teammates greatly. The patience, the adaptability, and the fine-tuned motor skills to flick the ball to teammates all over the court is what makes him an elite playmaker in today's league. Some might say Luka is too slow or isn't athletic enough to make certain plays, but I would argue that his play style of different bursts of speed, while slowing it down and being methodical, makes him quite unpredictable when being matched up against him. Going against smaller guards, Luka likes to bully them and use his size to his advantage to generate easy looks. Or even when defenders his size are on him, he still is crafty going to the basket, whether he uses a soft floater when getting to the paint, euros to get past defenders, or using his body to create a lane for himself while staying controlled on the finish. On shots within 10 feet, Luka converted them at a 63% clip, and when he gets just a tad bit closer within 5 feet, he can become even more dangerous, converting these at a 70% rate. Maybe not looked at as the biggest inside threat to some, but when you actually pay attention to Luka's game, this is one area where Luka is an assassin on the court. Watch how Luka navigates through the defense like a cone drill, and once met by Gibson in the paint, Doncic gives him a couple up fakes, but there's no bite. So instead of just going straight up, instead Luka does this slight fadeaway and drops it in over him. Mentioning smaller guards earlier, Luka has the premier defender in GP2 on him, but he's perfected this post spin-off after bodying up with defenders off initial contact and goes to finish this one at the rim. The footwork of Luka is madly underrated in my eyes. Doncic positions himself perfectly to have good angles at the basket when going downhill, and also he's very aware to put defenders out of reach from blocking him. Attacking Looney off this switch, they get tied up a bit, but he keeps his dribble alive to attack downhill, and as Clay slides over, Luka uses the carryover, but also euros into Looney's body to draw this foul and uses the right hand so he couldn't block it, and he finishes the and-one. Pushing up the floor, Stanley Johnson must have signed up for Zumba classes because he went dancing. As Doncic changes directions quickly on the crossover, as Russ reaches on the attack, Luka carries it low and draws the foul for the and-one. Say what you want about the lack of speed or the not so great athleticism, but Luka can be an elite driver to the rack in my opinion. We can debate in the comments if you do think different. The ball handling ability he possesses to get to the rack is what opens up his three-point shooting and pull-up game as well. standing around 6'8", with a high release point on his jumper, Luka can knock it down when contested just as comfortable as when he is wide open. Pulling up on defenders is mainly how he gets most of his scoring opportunities, shooting 36% on pull-ups from the perimeter and 40% from the mid-range. Luka is pretty effective when it comes to these areas. Sure, he could improve his percentages from the three a little more, but as of now, when Luka gets it going, he is pretty hard to stop. Showing off his incredible handles and shot creation, Luka sizes up Randle here, and after snatching back hard, Doncic crosses through the legs to change direction, which gets Randle's momentum shifting downhill, and then snatches back again to send him flying and knocks it down. You can see Luka try to get past Melo and make him bite on a similar move here, and even though Melo plays pretty good defense, Doncic uses that shoulder to get into his body and fade off, creating space for the jumper. The same way Luka can take you off the dribble from inside the arc and get to his spots is the same way he generates his looks from three. Deep bombs in defenders' faces, crossing them out of his way for clean looks, or just pulling up over them with little to no space, Luka will make you pay if you let him catch fire. Confidently sizing the Pascal immediately, watch how much space is given up on this step back, and in turn Doncic nails it from 25 feet. Guard up high, once he passes that court, Luka has no problem sending one in from deep. And when the game is on the line, if you send defenders at him, then the step back is always a reliable option, and Doncic is really shaping to be one of the best players in NBA history. It's still early in his career, so he has plenty of time to improve on his game and actually solidify himself as a great. Any team in his league would love a player that provides this much value offensively and someone who can single-handedly carry the team. Being less of a liability on defense is a main area where Doncic needs to improve, along with just being more consistent with his play on the court. Luka has all the skills to take over and be crowned the MVP in this league. Watching him play is honestly something special to see, and the way he makes it look effortless and then will smile in your face after making the tough bucket is something for everyone to enjoy. Do you think Luka will win the MVP award in the next 3 years? And can Luka lead this Mavericks team to a finals appearance and potentially a ring? If you enjoyed this video, you have to watch this Jalen Green analysis where we dive deep into what makes him a young scoring threat in today's league. Or you can watch this Scotty Barnes video discussing the value he brings to the Toronto Raptors. Thank you for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.
Good. You ain't finna promote him though.
What shoes you got under there?
You got Mike?
What shoes you got on?
Okay,
no.
What you got on?
I got some Lucas new.
Yeah, I know. You got them LDs on.
You wore any of these yet?
I told him he got to get a whole team up here. He said he got us.
He hasn't hooked up the team.
This our first time seeing him was yesterday.
It's got to be like an offensive lineman gift, you know?
I told Luka don't come to another week. Man. You need a rest.
Get your rest. I ain't sending you another pick.
He been playing since all summer. Yeah, he need to get some rest.
All right, another year.
Yeah.
Made to the conference finals. What's the definition of a successful season this year?
I would just say, just getting. First of all, successful season would be winning the championship, obviously. But to even get back to the Western Conference Finals is an accomplishment itself, because we was top 14 in the NBA. So even though we didn't win, it took for a couple days to realize, like, man, we was that close. So in the all scheme of things, we had a great year, but we want to win the championship.
Looking back, what was your favorite moment of that playoff run?
It would have to be that last game in Phoenix, just because of how tough that series was, and that back and forth. I love the energy. The energy was crazy.
Yeah.
So, and then to win it at Phoenix because we couldn't get a win, it was, that was fun.
What's it like in that locker room? Halftime, you guys are up by like 20, 30. And then at the end of the game, it's like, you guys.
It was fun. Like I said, it was fun, but third quarter just put it away. Even though we did our job, but Luka just took over that game. He didn't really have to do nothing.
Can you feel in those games like this is done? Like, he's got it.
Hey, when he hot like that, I'm just talking trash from the corner. I'm just talking trash in the corner. That's all I'm doing. He be getting mad at me sometimes because I be too loud, and you know he missed, and I'm yelling. You know what I'm saying? In your face.
While he's shooting?
Yeah, I be yelling while he's shooting. You know, if it roll out or something, he looking at me. I'm like, bro, what you want me to do? You just made him fall, man. The last
Poor Cam Johnson.
Yeah, he made him fall in possession before. You don't want me to go crazy?
What did you learn from a long playoff run like that? Whether it's with your body or the team or whatever.
I was just how quickly you gotta, make adjustments and how paying attention to details and scouting reports really, can play a part in winning or losing the series.
In exit interviews last season, you named the nickname the Bang Bros for you and Reggie Bullock. Is that something you're standing by now? You guys want to?
Yeah, we got to stand on it now. At first we were just playing, but
it's stuck.
Yeah, it's stuck. And whoever guard you, you're gonna be getting bumped all night. You physical.
All right.
Did you know that was when you said?
It's a song. It's a Dirt T-Grit song. But
where did he get it?
Also, the other.
No, I don't know what you're.
No, the
can
other
you draw it?
He's a pastor. He doesn't know.
No.
You got paid this past year.
That's
and I guess it was earlier this year.
Season,
yeah. So, what was that experience like? Why did you want to stay in Dallas? And
man, that experience was crazy because we had a game that same day. I got extended, so I had to come to the locker room and guys just like congrats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody showing me love and. Out on the court and they play and get paid by young Dolphins. So it was just, just the team celebrating, man. That felt good, everybody, I think, everybody every person on the staff, came up to me. It just felt good. We won. On top of that, it was something to dinner. I ain't say all that. Not yet. No, we put that on Cuban card. I ain't touched that money yet.
What's something that you can teach somebody about becoming a better three-point shooter? You started in your career shooting 30%. Now you're
20.
I was going to give you some other credit. We were there.
Yeah, I remember that stage.
But now it's like 40 in the playoffs, like an incredible three-point shooter. Somebody like Josh Green, who's coming in kind of the same situation.
I would just say it's confidence. And Josh been shooting the ball amazing this summer. And then he could shoot last year, but again, that's one thing you can't let shake up is your confidence. I went through 2 years of shooting bad, but I kept my confidence. You gotta feel like you're one of the best shooters regardless. I tell you, I talk trash before I start making shots like I was top 3 shooter on the team. So it just, you gotta have that no doubt that you're gonna make the next shot.
Yeah.
Obviously, if your shot not ugly. Some people got good looking shots. Don't go in. Most of them be looking.
Like Booker's in Game 7.
Can't speak on that. You can't get nobody no extra fuel to.
Yeah.
But that's usually on guard. So we did a good job on them though.
All right, we need you to draw something.
All right.
We need you to draw Luka's logo.
It's the L with the.
He's changed it since he started.
The new one. On the shoes. I can't show you how it is.
It does have it. You were right the first time. Like he changed it since like a couple years ago.
The most exciting player, Luka Doncic. He's the most exciting player right now.
He's a great player.
I mean, the dude can play.
He does everything so well, but he's a threat at every level.
Well, we couldn't stop him.
It's really hard to slow him down. It's a handful.
It's gonna be a problem. It's already a problem.
It's remarkable and it's real. This isn't a fluke.
This guy's been playing professional since he was 13.
He's looking at the Oh, you can tell he's been playing pro for a long time.
I'm one of those people. I'm like, man, I gotta see it. He played pickup the other day, man. He got dimes. He got dimes.
He's one of those guys that's really unique. He's not really fast.
He's not as athletic as LeBron James.
You see some guys that come in our league and they just play 100 miles an hour. He just plays at his own pace.
They usually say that the game slows down for you, but it's already slow for him.
He just plays with so much confidence. His game is just so beyond his age.
He's just so good himself. He's one of the best players in the league.
I am highly impressed with this guy.
I mean, he's arguably the
Luka's sensational, man. No, I haven't seen a dude go from, a top player in the league to MVP candidate, and, damn near overnight. So it's crazy.
He's only going to get smarter. That's going to be dangerous for the league.
It's unbelievable. Luka's going to be where he is the next 20 years if he wants to.
Who knows how high the ceiling is for him.
Good wearing his jersey real close. It used to be Larry Bird, Steve Nash, Dirk Nowitzki, Ginobili. That was it. Doncic, if he keeps playing like this, we're going to see his number in the hood. Despite the praise in only Barkley's unique way, Chuck hasn't always been fond of Doncic. When asked about him prior to the 2018 draft, Barkley said, "I don't trust foreign competition. I don't have nothing against foreign players. I just don't know what kind of competition it is. They're like, at 18 years old, he was the MVP. Well, that tells me he was playing against competition. Nobody at 18 should be dominating grown men. I don't care how bad the grown men are. You go back and look at the NBA, I've been in the NBA for over 30 years. There's only one 18-year-old that you can go back and say, oh, he's the real deal. That's LeBron James. People forget, as great as Kobe Bryant was, he struggled for the first few years. Kevin Garnett struggled in his first few years. They keep telling me Doncic won the MVP at 18. He shouldn't be dominating grown men at 18. For this kid to be dominating, I wouldn't take him with the number 1 or 2 pick in the NBA draft. While Doncic has earned Chuck's respect as of late, it doesn't mean he's earned a pass from Barkley's criticism and controversy on Doncic in the future. Number 8, Greg Popovich. Popovich is not one to hand out praise very often, so after witnessing Doncic's skill on the court for the first time, Coach Pop showered the young guard in praise. A quintessential basketball player, he has an intrinsic feel for the game. He was built for this game. Also, he'd probably be a great handball player. But at that size, to have that passing ability, that vision on the court, the confidence he plays with, he shoots the ball well, he competes. He just loves the game of basketball. His skills are top-notch, so he's just a joy to watch. More recently, Pop gave Doncic one of the best compliments, comparing his skills to the all-time great Magic Johnson. I hate to say this, he's not Magic Johnson, but it's Magic Johnson-like in the sense that he sees the floor in that same way. He's got a real intuitive sense, and you can't teach that. He's just got it, and he's great at it. I'm not trying to put the Magic Johnson pressure on him, he's not ready for that yet, but he's doing a hell of a job. Coach Pop clearly lauds Doncic's abilities as a player and has the highest respect for the 6'7" Slovenian guard. Number 7, Magic Johnson. Magic, who has not been shy about his fondness for Luka, has showered the 20-year-old phenom with praise several times in recent weeks. After hitting a game winner against the Celtics in the 2020-2021 season, Johnson tweeted, "Luka Doncic's game-winning three-pointer against the Celtics last night further proves why he's a once-in-a-lifetime player and MVP candidate." Johnson has even jokingly recruited Doncic to join the Lakers once his contract is up, teaming up with Anthony Davis to form one of the best duos in the league. Multiple players across the league have compared Luka's mindset and ability to control the game to Magic's, with Johnson endorsing those comparisons himself. Clearly, Johnson has gotten on the Luka bandwagon and won't be getting off anytime soon. Number 6, Michael Jordan. MJ is a fierce competitor who tells...
He loves playing with us, especially shooting the 3-ball. I know there's some crazy stat out there in terms of his 3-point percentages against us versus other teams. His eyes lit up a little bit. He made some big shots tonight. He's always under control. He's tough to defend because of his size and his change of pace. And you got to be prepared for that step back 3. You got to be prepared for his drives. And he's obviously got great court vision. So he can play at all 3 levels of the floor on offense. And he puts shooters around him and try to create as much space and takes advantage of it. So he's just very polished. And he's shown that since his rookie year, and he's gotten better. And, who knows how high the ceiling is for him. He's playing at a very elite level right now.
And can pass the basketball, Miller went on to state. Luka tries to embarrass you, I think. So in terms of who is closer to Larry Bird, in my opinion, it would be Luka Doncic. Miller has also been asked about Luka's heroics as a player and where he ranks amongst the league's best, responding, "I'm not surprised. He's into that elite conversation and probably in a lot of circles the best point guard in the game at the age of 20. Miller obviously sees Luka as a future MVP candidate and face of the NBA, highly praising his abilities as a player and status as the franchise cornerstone for the Mavericks. Is Doncic the future face of the league? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Number 4, Steve Nash. Nash has not been shy about his feelings for Doncic, handing out the highest praise to the Mavericks young phenom. Nash stated, "I think he's maybe the best 20-year-old the NBA has ever seen. The game's a little different than when LeBron James came in the league. The numbers are a little inflated because of the pace and the hand checks, but still, I think LeBron was so gifted, but I don't think he was as polished as Luka at 20. Now, Luka's never going to be the athlete that LeBron is, but he's a great athlete. He's an underrated athlete. He's going to be a Hall of Fame player if he stays healthy. Nash was then asked whether Luka could be better than Dirk and responded, "It's possible for sure." Especially when you look at Dirk at 20. Dirk was amazing at 20, but compared to Luka, because physically he was catching up, Luka's already there physically. Dirk was a rare thing then. Now it's normal for a guy to come from Europe and be good right away, but Luka's not normal in any way. He has a chance to be better than Dirk, and Dirk is one of the best players we've ever had. That says how incredible of a player and talent Luka is. Number 3, Paul Pierce. Pierce has had high praise for Doncic in the past, calling him probably the most skilled player in the NBA. Pierce even went as far to say that me and him have a great lot in common, which drew high criticism and jokes from those around the league. He added, "No, seriously though, he looks slow, lethargic, but he always gets there, to the right spot."
He's impressed about more so than anything was his ability. You see all the highlights of him scoring the ball, but his ability to pass the ball and the way he sees the floor, and how he gets the ball to his teammates across the floor. It's, quote me right when I say this, it's LeBron James-like from the standpoint of how he's able to rope that pass, to shooters, in corners, getting blitzed. It's not many guys that can do that and put the ball right there, and he does an amazing job of it, so I was impressed by that.
It's about Doncic's explosiveness and play style. Responding, Doncic has the ability to score. He gets to the paint, he's strong, and he's an elite passer. So there's no great offense that doesn't start with a great player, and he's a great player. Rivers was asked about Doncic's comparison to Larry Bird and Jason Kidd, stating, "Luka to me is a little bit of both. He has the passing of Jason Kidd, but he has the scoring ability of Larry Bird, and that's what makes him such a difficult cover." Rivers also said he has just crazy respect for him as a player. He's a terrific player. I love his toughness. He plays with a great joy. Doc also feels that Doncic is such a terrific talent that people forget how young he is, stating, "It's funny, you forget that it's his second year. I heard someone say that yesterday and thought, wait a minute, this is just his second year? It feels like he's been around a long time already," which that's a sign of greatness. Doc is just one of many players and coaches around the league who praise Doncic for his skill and talent in the game of basketball. Number 1, Steve Kerr. Kerr has praised Doncic for his unique blend of skill, a combination of Magic, Bird, and Harden, stating he's got this James Harden skill set with crossovers and stepbacks. He's a brilliant player and so young, and he's going to be one of the cornerstones of this league for a long time. He's a combination of a lot. Harden in some ways, obviously the Larry Bird comparison. He has great vision, LeBron-ish. There's a lot of people in him, but I think when he retires, people are going to say he was Luka. Kerr has also praised Doncic for his poise and confidence at such a young age, stating, for him to be as poised and have the confidence and the cockiness, kind of like a little swagger that he has, at this young in a career is very, very rare. Kerr highlighted this comparison to Larry Bird, stating, he's got this incredible knack for seeing the floor and being a step ahead. He reminds me a little bit of Larry.